Hey guys, it's Rick Brown with the Brown Home Group coming to you again, another edition of Meet the Team Monday. And today is Memorial Day, and wanted to welcome one of our team members, Johnine Maldonado. Hi, Johnine.
Hi.
Well, first and foremost, we want to thank everybody in the military who sacrificed their lives on this day, as we do every Monday in May, or last Monday in May. I
Mhm.
want to say a shout out to my dad, who unfortunately is no longer with us, and he served 25 years in the Air Force. I have a son in law who is not passed away, he is serving now in the Army in Fort Lewis in Washington. Johnine, do you have any past family members?
Yeah, actually, my father served, I'm not sure how many years, but he's in his 80s now. So,
Wow, okay.
and I have cousins and friends also that have served. So,
Absolutely.
yes, thank you.
So we absolutely thank you for your
Um,
sacrifice, your service, and to our country. Um, so that being said, Johnine, thanks for coming on. I know that this is not one of your fun points of being in front of a camera,
right,
but
right.
you have gotten better and better as the year has progressed. And I guess you're going on your second year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
as I've said before, I feel like I'm going to get to know you more than I already do. And I think our audience is going to get to know you a little bit more. So, why don't we start with where you grew up and your childhood, and how did you move around, if any?
Well, I grew up in a little town, Cortland, New York. And when I was growing up, there is about 8,000 people. So,
Wow.
really
So
tiny.
that's considered upstate.
Upstate New York.
Okay.
Yes.
And you know that Jeannie's
Um,
from Binghamton, so I'm not sure
exactly.
where
Yeah.
that relates.
Binghamton is a lot larger than Cortland.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it like
Yeah.
a neighbor?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Binghamton's about 40, 45 minutes away.
And did you go to school there?
Yes. I did. I went to school in Cortland, Cortland High School. I never did college.
Okay.
It just wasn't my thing. I had children and started working. I mean, well, I started working first. And yeah, so Cortland now is probably about 20,000 people. It's got a huge college there, Cortland State, big party school.
Oh, huh.
So yeah, so on
You
every
started-
corner there's like a church and a bar.
Okay,
Oh
that's fun.
yeah,
So did you do a little bit of partying in your day?
absolutely. Maybe a little too much.
Okay. And what was your um so far as family? You have how many children?
I have four children.
God bless you.
Ages range from 28 to 15. I
Okay.
have three older boys, and then I have my daughter finally. I
Okay.
said, we have a girl now, we can stop.
Yeah, right. And then
Yeah.
you have how many siblings yourself?
I only have one. I
Okay.
have one brother, and then I have two step, or not, yeah, they're step,
Okay.
sister and brother.
Okay. Hi. Who's that?
Sorry, that was Miguel coming in. I'm sorry.
Miguel, come on in. Let me see Miguel. Where is he?
He actually no, he just
He's
came
not. He
in
said,
from a
nope, I ain't
jog.
coming in.
So,
That ain't
huh?
happening. Okay. So, and I understand you have a graduate this year, 2020.
Yes,
Sunny?
Miguel Maldonado. Yeah, we call him Sonny.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
congratulations to Sunny. And has he
Oh, thank
decided,
you.
is he going to go local?
He is. He's going to start out at Valencia and then transfer to UCF.
Great. That's what
I think.
my two daughters did. And they,
Yep,
I mean, that's the way to go.
that's
I did
right.
Seminole State before I went on to university. And I think it's the best thing. You really get a
Yeah,
deal and get comfortable.
yeah. And you know
Awesome.
what? Save some money where you can. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So I'm going to ask some kind of quirky questions.
Okay.
And the first one is, do you remember your first car?
Oh gosh, my first car was horrible. It it was so bad. I don't even remember what it was. It was like a
It was
does a
that bad? You
Ford.
don't remember the name of a car?
Well, it was a Ford.
Oh, Ford.
It was huge. And it was white. Well, the parts that weren't rusted. And I remember every time I go over like a bump or railroad tracks, it would hit on the ground. So yeah, we would be sparking as we're driving. Yeah, it was exciting though.
But a big car, so it protected you, and you're a little
Exactly.
kid, so
Yes. Yes.
it felt
So
like you owned the road.
yeah, and I feel like I could only go up from there.
Did you get your license at 16?
I did not.
Okay.
I was around 18.
You know, it's funny. I hear like girls tend to not get it as quick as guys want it. I got
Yeah.
mine. I was driving a car my birthday on 16. You know, obviously it wasn't my car, but
Yeah.
driving
Yeah.
a car.
My two older boys wanted to start driving right away. However, my 17-year-old now isn't worried about it.
Well, you drive her everywhere, don't you?
Yeah. Well, that's my son.
Oh, so he
Oh,
gets driven?
yeah. He hasn't. He's I've taken him out a couple times, but he just doesn't have any desire. Now, my 15-year-old daughter, she's got her permit. She's ready.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, what was your first job?
Mickey D's.
Really? You worked at McDonald's?
Yeah, I started out as fry girl, and then I moved to the drive-through.
Wow.
Yes, I thought I was real cool with that old headset, and yeah.
And did you start work right at 16, or because you weren't driving? So how did you get back
Actually,
to work?
well, like I said, I live in a really small town.
Oh,
A bicycle will take you anywhere. You gotta go.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that was my first official job. I had babysitting jobs here and there,
Got it.
but yeah, I did start at 16.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you did the McDonald's thing. It's funny. I talked to a lot of people. So my first job was Popeyes.
Oh, okay. We didn't even have a Popeyes.
No? So McDonald's was the thing.
McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Burger King.
Got it. All right. Well, people love McDonald's fries. So being a fry girl, that would have been a good thing.
Oh, yeah. We were busy.
So tell me a favorite memory of growing up, that something that you remember as a child.
Okay. Yeah, I think I told you this the other day. When I moved,
Do I need
Huh?
tissue?
Oh, no. This was the tank. When I moved to our new house, I was 12 years old. However, I didn't change schools, but I did change neighborhoods, and the kids weren't all that friendly. So, and the funny thing was, they would all play tag, and my house was the only house with the big tree. They all, was safe. That was our safe.
Okay.
So, and I wasn't even invited to play. So one day my dad—
Wait, you used your tree and they wouldn't let you play?
Yeah, they were mean. Well, I wasn't very forthcoming either. I didn't ask them. I kind of waited to see if they would ask me.
Okay.
So one day my dad comes, like I said, he was in the military.
Sure.
So he brought a tank to my house on our street.
Wait,
and he let the kids come in, and an actual tank. He
Down the
rolled
road?
it, huh?
You rolled it down the road?
Down the road, yes. It wasn't a military base. It was, I don't know, we always called it Company B. It's just a National Guard building, whatever. And they kept all their equipment there and stuff. So yeah, it was only about a mile from my house.
Wow.
And he brought the tank. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And then did you become like the popular one?
I was the cool kid on the street.
Did you get to go in it, or did they get to?
We got to go in it, yes. And he actually rode us down the street, back and forth down the street.
Wow, he must have been pretty high up in military to be able to take a tank out.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take the tank home today. I'll bring it back tomorrow. That's crazy.
It's funny. Actually, he was in charge of their entertaining and just certain things. So yeah, he was pretty high up.
That's really cool. So tell us, what was your last job before you decided that it was time to get into real estate?
Where I live, there's a lot of industrial. So I worked at, in factories pretty much my, 20s, well, my late teens to early 20s. And then I became a stay-home mom. I've been a stay-home mom for the last 15 years.
Okay.
And I did go through a little bit of depression, as I think a lot of times moms do, stay-home moms. It's like,
right, to go back to work or something? Or
yeah, it's like, you spend so many years. I mean, 15 years to raise kids is a long time. And you're just like, there's got to be more to this, right? So, but it only lasted for a little while. And looking back now, I wouldn't have changed it for anything. I was so blessed to be able to stay home with my kids and, take care of them. And so, yeah.
What made you decide that it was time for Johnine to jump in the real estate world?
Well, my daughter was 13, so I'm thinking she's kind of busy with her sports, and Sonny was doing his thing, and of course my two older boys are grown and they're gone on their own. I'm like, what am I going to do? I have to do something. I can't just sit home and knit forever.
So you have an amazing husband in Miguel.
Yes,
and
yes.
He's very supportive in this as well, and has been.
Absolutely. Without him, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. So
and today, you wouldn't be as successful as you are. I get
exactly.
Because in real estate, we know that you have to have a huge supporting cast. Not only that, but your kids too.
Yeah.
I know
you
struggled in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you got into it, being able to be there for them. But this job is not one that has a clock where you clock in and clock out.
That's right.
So
that's right. And Miguel has been an amazing support. He's my rock. Yeah. He's allowed me to take my time, learn as much as I can. And, there's no, how do I want to say, there's no limit, I guess.
That's good. That's awesome. So now you've been in real estate how long?
2 years.
Okay. So you've been with Keller Williams the entire 2 years?
The entire time, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
I love it.
Before we get into your real estate, the one question I was going to ask, is there something that you'd be willing to share with the audience that nobody knows about you?
Rick, honestly, I am pretty much an open book. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little town girl. My best friend is a Great Dane.
Okay. Yes, I can imagine. Where is Bella?
Bella's in the living room. I bring her in here. She's just going to try to get behind my desk and cry the whole time for me to give her attention.
Maybe at the end, before the end, we can get Bella to come over.
There you go. Yeah.
I think people need to see our mascot.
There you go. No, she's a sweetheart. But no, Rick, like I said, I'm pretty transparent. You get what you see.
Yeah, no, and I think that's why you are so good at what you do, and because you're very personable and very passionate about doing this. I mean, I say this to, it's kind of a cliche that to me it's not a job, right?
Yeah.
We are definitely a service. And
right.
How we service our clients, how we service our colleagues, different agents. So what would be the best thing you would say about being a realtor? And then the other question would be, is if you could go back, is there anything you'd do differently?
The best thing about being a realtor is the freedom. You pick your hours. It is what you make it. There's not a time clock that you're punching. There's no one telling you that you have to do this by this time, or so that would be it. It's allowed me to spend more time with my family, doing my thing, and it gives me the extra income to do a little more for them.
Yeah. Is there anything you do differently if you could go back to get? So I have to ask this. I ask everybody. Did you pass the test the first time?
No.
Oh, okay. You don't have to tell me how many. We don't need to share that. Oh, I mean, you were even better than me. So good for you. So is there anything you do differently? Like when you joined, I mean, what brought you to Keller?
All the calls. Everyone is
Recruiting
reaching out.
calls?
Oh,
The
huh?
recruiting calls?
Yeah. And also just all the support, the education, I mean, they're second to none,
Yeah.
um,
So
and
just so you guys know, if you are interested in learning more about real estate, you want to reach out to Johnine. She's been there. She's been with us 2 years. And if you're interested in having a cup of coffee or talking to her about real estate, how would they get a hold of you, Johnine?
absolutely, you can email me, you can
And your information will be in this link
call
at the
me,
bottom.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
and feel free to reach out to Johnine or myself.
Yep.
We've got a great program, and definitely she can tell you her story. Uh,
Yeah.
awesome. So if somebody's watching right now and thinking about getting into real estate,
Hmm.
what would you say to them?
I'd say go for it.
I love
um,
that.
Yeah, I would say go for it. Because like I said earlier, there is no limit. You can make this as big as you want. If you're not a real hard work, then you take your time and you learn,
Yeah.
And there are so many YouTube channels. There's so much education out there to teach you how to sell real estate, and it's it's just great. I personally, I love it.
Mhm.
You know.
So obviously, when somebody joins real estate, they don't have I won't say they have the opportunity to join a team immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't. You
Right.
started as an individual agent. And I
Mm-hmm.
always say that I feel like agents need to start as a single agent to, I don't want to say appreciate, but understand the differences of what a team gives you versus what you get on your own. Because there
Correct.
are agents out there that are going to kill it on their own, or
Mm-hmm.
they don't really feel they need to be held accountable.
Right.
And then there are individuals that want the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
What is your feeling on individual versus a team?
I agree. I think you should start out individual. And it is tough, especially if you weren't born and raised in the area that you're going to be selling real estate. Your sphere isn't that, is nothing. Like I said, I moved here from New York,
Did
and I
you New
really
York,
don't.
not to go back, sorry to interrupt you, but
Mhm.
did you move from New York and then get into real estate, or did you move to New York and stay a mom for a while?
No, I was living in New York. I
Huh?
was a mother. I came down here and the same thing. I just,
So you came
I
down and
still,
said, now it's time to make a change?
it wasn't for a couple years.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
did build somewhat of, obviously with your kids' school and things like
Sure,
that.
soccer and
Gotcha.
stuff like that. Yeah, I did
Okay.
know a few people, but I am somewhat of an introvert, so it's a challenge for me.
I always say you're very similar to my wife.
Hmm.
You guys have a lot in common. Obviously,
Yeah.
she's from Binghamton, you're from Cortland, and I guess they're neighboring cities. So,
Yeah.
but upstate New
So,
York. But yeah. So the last question. Well, I'm going to give you the last word. But how have you handled doing real estate and your personal through the COVID-19?
honestly, like I said before, I'm kind of an introvert, so this isn't really difficult for me being home. And the amazing part is that I am on a team and we do our daily check-ins, and that encourages me because I hear how great everyone is doing. And our team isn't one that just lays back and, oh well, let things come. They're full of go-getters. Our team is, and so
And you're one of them,
I I haven't really been affected too much by it. Thank
yeah,
God, I'm healthy. My family's healthy.
right?
It's just about keeping your distance and washing hands. So.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I feel the same way. I feel like for our team, we've actually become closer,
Hmm.
um, and we've had each other to lean on.
Right.
But fortunate that we haven't had to lean much. We've all had many successes in these 3 months,
Yeah.
you included.
Mm-hmm.
and getting a listing, getting a buyer immediately on your listing, getting a buyer, getting another buyer. I mean, you are doing exceptional through this COVID-19, and
Thank
I'm
you.
so proud to have you on our team.
Oh, thank you.
But you hear about these agents that have put their head in the sand,
Yeah.
are just waiting for this to go away. And I don't
And
honestly think it will completely. I think
mhm,
everybody's going to be more prone to wash their hands more often and
right.
things like that. But I mean, yes, we have to get back to real estate. And you didn't ever skip a beat. I mean, I think in the last
Oh,
3 months you have just shined more than ever.
thank
So,
you.
and I'm
Thank
hoping
you.
this is just a start for the rest of this year for you and your success. And like I said, I'm just very thankful to have you a part of the Brown Home Group. I know I speak for Jeannie and I when I say that, and the rest of the
Thank you.
team, what a light you are on our team and what positivity you always bring, even though I know you go through some personal trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
You never bring it to the team, and we wish you would. We're family, but you're always positive. You always bring positivity, especially with other team members who have, concerns or issues. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to say before we end this? And if not,
I just want everyone to stay healthy.
yeah.
To stay healthy, be positive. We're gonna get through this.
So go get Bella.
Oh, can we get Bella?
So guys,
Bella!
this is Bella. This is our mascot. Last year, she was in a dog contest and won up
And
against
she
a
won.
Doberman Pinscher. For any Doberman Pinscher fans out there, we love those dogs too. She had some really tough competition, but once you see her, you're gonna know why she won. She's absolute adorable.
Can we get her in? She's slow.
Oh, but she's slow and big.
She is slow. Bella! Come here, baby. Come here, Bella.
Just a peek.
Come here. She's like, you got me up.
Oh no, is she asleep?
Come here, baby.
I'm sorry.
No, Bella, come.
Wait till you see her.
My desk is kind of close to the wall, so she's kind of
Oh, there she is, Bella!
Hi, say
Bella!
hi.
That's it. That's all we get. There's Bella.
Look, Bella.
Sorry we woke you, Bella. Go back to sleep. Well, Johnine, thanks so much for being on. I hope this.
Well, thank you for having me.
And guys, we again, on behalf of Johnine and myself, happy Memorial Day, and hope you enjoy it with your families. And to all the real estate agents out there, if you're looking to make a change or would love to have a conversation about real estate, definitely you want to reach out to Johnine. She's got a great story there. Or if you're looking to buy or sell and you're watching this, Johnine's extremely talented and would be willing to help you in any facet when it comes to real estate needs. So Johnine, thank you so much. Love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you guys.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.